are a little bit stuck today. He's bolted, or well, he's bolted, 26. We're not going to battle lap by himself in the second place spot in that 32 lime green and black Wolf Team Racing machine. In the blue Emo McDonald's 23 DoorDash machine, you have PSR1 found himself in 6th place with a battle lap. With that one actually. In the 20 machine in the stage race, have the 20 car of Jason. In the 45 car, there's Meta. Look out for her, she might have something show up. Of course, Quinn might be something to get her off. And with the second race, with a very strong qualifying position of 3rd, we have the Aiden Braswell in that 86 orange and red machine. In the Marvel Steam 57 TV, you have Jen. And then our pole skater on his first pole position, I believe he's F. Dodson in the black and lime green machine. We have the 66 driver for Wolf Team Racing, Jive 21. That's the grid today. We will be going to remember, as said, we will be going in regardless. Right, we're going to start very quickly. God, please finish your car. Alright, driver, how do we go? Guys, in fact, these pits themselves, we will be doing extra laps if necessary. Keep that in mind. Again, if you have any cuts, I will not pit it from here. Be careful. Our order is not yet fixed. Twin Turbo V6, head to the back of the pack. And Jason, please make your way above Speedy. You are not. You guys are not in the right order to go green. So Jason, make your way over. You're way too far back. Jason, please make your way 4th to 5th place. Drivers accelerate up the hill. Okay guys, I need spacing in the back there, spacing in the back.
Aiden Braswell, you are too far back. Aiden Braswell. But for fuck's sake, we're gonna do another pace lap, and you, for future reference, if I do something like that, yeah. You guys need to work on your pacing. Again, order Shy21, Jen, Aiden Braswell, Arithmeta, Jason, Speedy Answer 1, Twin Turbo V6. That's the order I want. I want you guys to be closer. Aiden Braswell too far behind. So I'm having to fucking focus. As said, when I stop like that, keep on going, Shive. Fuck's sake. I did. I apologize for being a little bit heated, but we aren't fucking pacing like we should be. I know that's partially my fault because I'm crashing, but that's because I'm trying to cover myself over you guys. Because you guys are clearly not pacing right. Okay, front is too close. Front is too close. I said 3 car lengths, Jen. Aiden Braswell. Aiden Braswell. Okay, Twin Turbo V6, you were supposed to be in last. I don't know why you're overtaking people. Aiden, you're too far back. Jason, you're too far forth. If we can't go green by this lap, I'm calling a red and disqualifying certain people that can't pace. There's not a back up. Speed, Twin Turbo V6, back up. Aiden Braswell, move up. Red flag. Since you guys can't fucking pace. Excuse my language. Why can't you guys pace? What's the issue? Do you guys not know how to pace? Lag. What's your issue with lag? Okay, so you're supposed to maintain 3 car lengths of space approximately and adjust by letting off. That's my tip for you. You're not supposed to be braking. Okay. I think I'm considering it, but that's going to discourage anyone from wanting to join. Okay. So, we're going to try this again. And we're going to only do 60 miles an hour. We're not going to increase, we're not going to decrease. Except for going up the hill. We might increase a bit for the hill. Because that's notoriously hard for the problems. Yeah. I'm just blown away by some of you guys. But, you know, it is what it is. Well, I'm trying to keep this start fair. So, Jason, if you do this again, I'm going to remove you. Yeah, actually, Jake, can you drive the pace car if you're here? So that we actually could, you know, do something progressive. It's a headache for the host. Please. Thank you. My fucking keyboard. Alright, we've already been off to a bad start, but with one lap going to go in, go when the driver ahead of you goes. Is Jake ready? Jake, are you here? I'm not waiting for anyone to say NR. I do not want anyone to be NR because we're already supposed to be racing at this time. So, no, none of that excuses. Okay? We need to go. Jake, are you there? Okay, he's here. We're gonna go yellow. Alright. Jason, speed up. Speed up, Jason. You're too slow. Speed gets our 1. Alright. We might be off to a decent start, actually, somehow. This is a huge relief for me as a host. Jeez. Ugh. Yeah, well. Arisnetta, maintain about this space. Maintain about this space, folks. Twin Triple V6, you are too close to speed SR 1. Remember, I am not resetting cuts at this point. So any cuts you get will count. Aiden Braswell needs to move up a little. About maintain this space. There's Nana, give him some space too. Aiden overtake Eris, too far back, too far back. Eris Netta, space, clear. Okay, you can go 4th. Jason, a little space. Okay, you're clear. Okay, if we... Eris Netta, watch yourself, please. Ah, oh, man, this is already a start of a headache. Right, Jake, you can accelerate. Everyone else maintains 60 miles an hour. Never mind, we're not going green this lap. Doing another pace lap. Oh my god. Ah. Arisnetta, you're in 4th. Stop trying to be 3rd. Where's Jason? If we do not go green this lap, I actually will be parking people that do not know how to pace. Because there's clearly some people that are struggling. So, I will do what is necessary. Okay. It shouldn't be a... We shouldn't be pacing in a way where it's like, oh, if we're good this lap, then we'll go. It should be a thing where we should, you know, not have to do 3 pace laps. We did 5. Yeah, we're having a... I want you guys, everyone that's involved with this race, if you did not finish this race, I need to see you guys after this race. This has not been acceptable. Okay, Jason, maintain... 5th, so move up, Jason, move up. We look like if we keep the way we are, okay, Jason, back up, Jason, maintain space, maintain about that space. Okay, Jake, accelerate through, guys, maintain about 60. Should be just about good to go green. Hold pace, hold pace, hold pace. Hold your pace. Green flag. No jump. Everyone clear of jumps. As drivers now making the way over through the 1st and 2nd turns. No one out except for Arisnetta with a spin. That's a little bit of a tough spot. We are 4 laps into the race. Though most of them have been pacing laps, we're finally racing. What a relief. As it looks like Twin Turbo V sits all the way from the back up to the front. Twin now overtaking second place side by side with Shy 21. Jen looking to peek back a little bit. Shy falls back. Makes himself side by side with Jen. Just briefly. Drivers make it up the hill into the castle. Here they go. It looks like Twin will be your leader by the end of the lap. Last to first. Jen peeking up towards the inside, crossing over Shy as he got loose. Making his way through the bridge and up the hill once again. And down the carousel, as I like to call this turn. Bit of a bank left-hand turn. Shy makes a good exit on Jen. Overtakes, takes second, but your new leader will be Twin Turbo V6. As Shy spins out hard into the barrier, he's going to fall all the way back into fourth place as Aiden Braswell overtakes. And bye. Arisnetta going to have to make her way through a couple drivers here, already from last to fifth, having gone by Jason and Speedy at 1. As I believe that was somebody that got stuck. That was Speedy at 1. So Arisnetta had some sort of mistake I missed there. Fell back once again. It's back up the front. Shy making moves potentially in a short notice to Aiden Braswell. We'll have to see as this race progresses. Looks up towards the inside, makes a cut, does not make the move, but will be side by side. That overtake will potentially be observed unless Aiden gets by soon. See if he went all 4 tires through. As Aiden Braswell crashes out. That'd be a question of a time penalty in that case then. We'll go back to that one very quickly. The question is, did Shive intentionally cut there? He went 2 tires off. No penalty for Shive. Apparently cleared of anything. There's Arisnetta making way through Aiden Braswell after his little bit of a shunt. He's fallen all the way back into 5th place. As it looks like Shive might be starting to make up a little bit of ground on Jen. You can also see Twin there. Jen now making his way down the hill to the chicane. Gets through nice and clean. Shive will get loose. Spins out. And there goes his run for second. There's a possibility Arisnetta will make up a bit of ground off that mistake as she's making her way out the chicane. Goes through properly. Making up ground on Shive 21. Arisnetta with a little bit of lag, but a bunch of confidence. As they make their way through the fours of the last sector here. Up the normal GP layout, though this is just one of the more sectors. Normally, make the way through the club section, used for the club layout. Shive to the outside of Eris. Eris tries to take the outside, makes a crossover move. Two of them briefly side by side, with just a touch of time, making the way up the hill and up to this right-hander. Only a couple turns left this lap. Currently 6 laps into the race, so we're a little over the 5th away done. Arisnetta is going to make the move for the moment for the podium. But Shive gets a decent looking exit there. Maybe he'll do something by the carousel. Tries to make a move, still at her bumper. Can't get anything to quite work as we're going to look at penalties. Shive slamming into the barrier is going to fall back a little further. It's a top day for your pole sitter, though, as we look at your lap times currently speaking. Twin Turbo V6 currently at the quick time. Twin Turbo's been dominant for the entire season practically, with a couple hiccups. I believe he had one last week, if I'm not incorrect. No, he actually had a comeback last race, and he might be going back to his dominance phase. course, it's not without his fair share of corner cuts, which will be observed closely. Does seem to be going off the track intentionally quite a bit there. Twin Turbo V6, Twin Turbo V6, please do your best to stay on the track surface. Oh. Apologies. Excessively running off, as we've recalled, will lead to a penalty. So, I am watching. As he proceeds to go off 2 wheels further. Seems to be abusing the track limits a little. And it's my job as a host to make sure that drivers are racing fairly. Shy makes his way through, still in 4th. Eden Braswell there is falling all the way back to the point where Jason, I believe, might actually have slid by. And there's Twin Turbo V6, which is your first lap car. Speedy at R1. Twin Turbo warning 1 for time penalty for intentionally abusing track limits. The cuts are supposed to be strict, although they are not supposed to be punishing. Although intentionally observed corner cuts, such as Eris' case, I believe that was a corner cut though, so I'm not going to do anything about it. But intentionally abusing the corner cut limits will lead to potential injuries. As Eris now is starting to hunt down Jen. There's Twin 14 seconds ahead of the competition. 1 lap car so far. There's Netta making a little bit more ground up on Jen. As Jason is still on the lead lap. Let's see if it is close between Aiden Braswell. Aiden Braswell narrowly avoiding being lapped here. As Twin Turbo V6 spins out once again. Has a little bit of time loss. Not going to be anything significant, although you could see Twin Turbo smoke as Jen and Eris making their way through. Eris now not far behind in 3rd, potentially in range of a 2nd place spot here as they make their way over to the hairpin. And outside into the old final sector they go. This is a new layout, although we will still be using a slightly modified version of the old layout. As you can see, Jen there tapping the little chicane slash hairpin thing. I guess these days it's a bit more of a chicane, though back in the old days of 2020 SLC, that was in fact a bit more of like a hairpin. It's a bit confusing, though it's always tough. Jen has expressed a little bit of complaints about there, as you can see him drifting over the hill. About the turn with the curb. It has been modified since, although it seems like there has been some issues despite this still. There's down the carousel through the final chicane, which you take basically flat out here. There's Jen. Aiden Braswell now 1 lap down. Aiden Braswell cruising down the track at a relatively slow pace there. Zarisnetta will make a corner cut. So far, our cuts look like Jen is halfway there. Speed at R1 also halfway to a 10-second time penalty. You do not want to get 40 cuts, because if you get 40 cuts, you will be penalized. And those 10 seconds could mean the difference between 1st and 4th. As you can see, Twin Turbo V6 with a 10-second penalty would actually end up pretty darn screwed. At least as of now. Next lap 5, we will be approaching the halfway point. So this race is slowly approaching its closing half. Alright, this time by drivers will be halfway through the race. Lap 12 out of 25. Arisneta going slowly. Seem to have had some issues there. So does Jen. Seem with a little bit of a bad exit there. And there's Shive actually back into view for the podium. As Arisneta, you can see her spinning out. She's going to try to get back going. Loses the third place spot. No, she doesn't. Jen spins out. And there goes Shive into second. All it took was just two little mishaps from both drivers. And he's all the way back from fourth to second. Arisneta and Jen now in fighting position. But generally speaking, their position has not really changed there. I actually just dropped one, but it hasn't changed too heavily. See Arisneta hunting down Shive here. Just about a car length, closing in more. She goes a little wider than Shive will there. Out, up the hill, into the castle. Now you're second to fourth place drivers all in a little bit of a dogfight, it seems. You see Twin there cross the line, Aiden Braswell into the pits. Seemingly probably pulling off the race. Trying to make his way down the hill of the castle into the chicane. He's out and onto the hairpin. Seems like Janice lost a little bit of ground, must have had some sort of issue. It's about 2 seconds between Eris and Shive. Shive in the second place spot. Eris in the last podium spot. They're not far behind from Jen. See Jen there in his Thek car, and seems like Arisneta closing a little bit more ground on Shive. You see Jason there for another lap down. And it's a good looking exit for Eris and Shive. Jen looks decent too. Back up to the front. And it's a good looking exit for both of them. Eris gets a little bit of a flick of the steering wheel. But she keeps it holding up strong. Looking back at Jen, he's gotten himself into a bit of a space of trouble now, about 30 seconds down and counting. As Arisneta making up ground and Shive side by side into the club sector. As Shive gets away just for the moment. Arisneta now going through club turn 1, now 2. Which is a bit like a bus stop chicane. Into the castle they go, up the hill. And it looks like Shive is going to keep second for the time being. Maybe something could change by the end of the lap. We're going to look at those times once again. Nobody close to a penalty. I'm going to briefly watch Twin Triple V sits, make sure he's playing fairly. It seems about so. There's now a side by side with Shive. Down the hill into the chicane. Shive gonna lose second for the time being. Eris is just the smallest glance of the wall. Gonna allow Shive to get back to side by side into the hairpin down the long straight. And as Arisneta will still hold second, just barely. Shive picking up towards the inside. Gets the move done. How about the exit? That's a decent looking exit for Shive. Although Arisneta picking up to the inside as Shive goes a little bit wide, misses Apex. And into the club sector. We're currently 15 laps into the race. As Eris once again throwing it wide and offline. Just for the point. Shive back into second. Up into the castle they go. You can see Eris. Maybe. That's a. Arisneta sees yourself. That was a big no-no. Okay, you're clear. Yeah, that was a clearly intentional cut to make up ground. When we were battling, I am 100% watching. She is back going though without the need to cut. Only just behind Shive. Shive gonna go through the chicane. There's Netta with a good looking Nessa. She's gonna make up ground, come to the hairpin. And she's on his bumper, just barely tries to throw a slide job, it seems. But can't get anything, it can't get much to stick. Although she's inching closer and closer and closer, now making her way to the club sector. Only about 7 laps to go, I think actually 8 laps. There's Netta sliding over side by side to the front of the group. But goes wide through club turn 1. Shive now through. As they're going up the hill into the castle. Netta's going to go wide. Good looking exit for Netta here. They go up the hill into the carousel. Netta peeks inside, gets back to second as Shive gets loose. Saves himself from a spin, although he's lost that second place spot. He's still got a podium finish, if it finishes as it's going. He's also not too far behind from Maris still. So we'll probably see something in a lap or two. You see Twin there. And we'll watch him for his driving. Make sure he's doing things fairly. I'm gonna go through. Needs to be pretty solid. As Twin Triple V sits, let's see if he does anything cheeky. He's been dominating this race. The Shive is... Oh yeah, sorry for the voice crack. Netta making a mistake on the last chicane more than likely. Falls back a little bit of time. Okay, warning 2 for Twin. I've been noticing you've been using the corner cuts in those corners a little more than I'd like to see, so next time will be a penalty. There's Netta gonna make her way through the club sector. But currently 6 laps to go. It seems a bit spaced out. Netta loose. I wonder where Jen is. Gonna overtake Jason. I think he's, I believe, 3 laps down. And he's about to be lapped in a bit. You can see Twin there. It's been a little bit quiet this time. I do apologize for not speaking much. The action is a little bit quiet. We don't have as many drivers as we normally get. There's only been 7 and only 6 running today. Although some of the drivers have joined, they just didn't really feel like racing. Let's use your own. There's Twin about to overlap Jen. And Jen is now 1 lap down. With 5 laps to go. I will let the drivers know. So there's 5 laps. Till checkers. Would like to advise Aiden you're parked, so you're just going to get DNF points. The field's all been kind of a little spread out by this time of the race. There's not seemingly just kind of focusing on maintaining a third place finish. And she will go through the last little sector here of the normal GP layout into the club sector. So things have been a little bit calmer this time late in the race. I wish we had more guys. This is what it is. Guess I could blame myself a little bit on my hosting job here. I've been a little on edge, but it's not fun having to have 3 pace laps after we should be green, in my personal opinion. As it seems like while I was not watching, Janice made up some ground and has unlapped himself. So there's still 4 cars still not lapped. Alright, Twin, 3 laps to go. So 3 laps to go. Shibe seemingly not needing to make up much ground. Was pole sitter. We're going to look at those laps real quickly, see if anything's changed. Arisneta has been solid. It actually looks pretty solid this lap. There's a possibility that could just about change. She's got a little bit too far of range to necessarily win this race, but it is possible for her to still take quick time. Maybe. She was looking good, but it was not good enough to improve. Twin Turbo V6 now through the last sector here. Up the hill and down the carousel. So the last chicane it goes, as we're now going to find ourselves with 2 laps to go. Alright, Twin Turbo V6, you have 2 laps left. Jen now within fighting range of Twin, probably trying to stay within lead lap, although it's going to be really close. As Jen is going to peek over, takes his inside, and he's now overlapped, although Jen might try to fight back. Does Jen have what it takes to fight Twin, though? Twin now making his way up and down the carousel. It's going to be the last time you're going to see this section for the whole year pretty soon. Twin gets a little loose. White flag in the air for Twin Turbo V6. Look at that! Look at that weed. Lead. Weed. There you go. Is Jen gonna try his best to maintain the lead lap and continue to stay in the fight, potentially to scoop up a 3rd place spot, or is Twin gonna secure the possibility of his teammate to at least half second? All determines on whether or not this ruthless can fight back. It does not seem so at the time. Though we will see momentarily. Now up the hill one last time for Twin Turbo V6 into the castle. This is going to be the last time you guys see it this year. We're not having layouts inside the castle. We're going to be doing the GP layout and the club layout, which is going to be pretty awesome. You'll see that tomorrow on Sunday. But for today, it seems as it is, your winner is going to be Twin Turbo V6. One last time through chicane, and it looks like your winner is Twin Turbo V6. Jen, you are done, so Twin, do a cooldown. I'll actually set grab you. Is that too low? Alright, looking up for second place. Shy 21. Now through the last sector. One more chicane for him. Second place is going to be Shy, though he gets loose. He will maintain second. There's now through the carousel and down the hill into the chicane. And she almost spins out, but she will be your finisher in third. Fourth place is Jen. Fifth place will be Jason. And Speed at Star 1 is he even racing. He spun himself out on his final lap. Speed at Star 1, if you could please cross the line. I'm going to focus on Twin Triple V6 here. Doing some celebratory donuts at the chicane. This is one of the widest spaces, I believe, to do so. So, when you guys can, please make your way into the pit lane. So, just continue to cool down lap here. If possible. We're going to use the proper Shy. Make sure not to cross the line. So, your finishing order will be Twin Triple V6, Shy 21, Eris Netta, Jen, Jason, and Speed at 1. Aiden Bratz will be counted as a DNF, but your quick time goes to Twin Triple V6. Shy 21 will get a pole, putting him with 20 more points, and Twin will get 21. Twin, if you could please make your way into the pit lane. It's gonna go backwards. Yeah. This might be the better hill to do it at anyways. When will be your winner? Second place is Shy. But we're gonna do I'm gonna have Jake be Jake, is it okay if I turn you into Shy? That's almost serious, dude, honestly. And yeah, that's like to do like a burnout spin. Like you could actually do a spin normally, but if you want to do like a full-on like hardcore burnout, that's how you gotta do it. Which is a sign that the cars are pretty grippy. Alright, if I could have your grid lined up, so Aerosnet, please go into the third place spot. Let me get Shibe's little deal here. If you're please chill behind the podium. I'm gonna look for Shibe. Okay, we're gonna look quickly. Let's see. There it is. It's taking me a little bit to load. So I see he's done. Totally Shy. Alright, we're gonna do a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright. Hi parents. Hi mom. I don't think you should have your parents watch your stream. I've been cursing like a sailor. So, all right. Going to be interviewing drivers by position. Twin Turbo V6. Do you want to interview or nah? You do. I can respect that. Let's see. Twin Turbo V6. You're a race winner. Congratulations, Twin, on this victory. Started all the way from the back, made your way up to the front by lap 1. And just held it. Bring me through it. That looked like a good race. Good looking run for you.
Yeah, pacing was about as good as Speedy's pace, so I don't know what was going on with that. No offense, Speedy, but I don't really know what Jason was doing. But managed to green flag it somehow. The start was, I guess, just really good for me. I managed to get past like shy by turn 5, and I just kind of went off. That's about it. I did see like close racing between other people from the timing board, so I guess that might have been cool. I might watch that on your stream, but other than that, it was a fairly average race for me. I'm not going to really talk about the warnings, but yeah, because I don't know why I got them.
You were like the cuts are like strict, but they're lenient enough to where
I had the least corner cuts and got them.
You had the least corner cuts, but it was pretty clear that you were like, okay, I'm gonna be just as close to this corner cut as possible, but still off the road.
I was following other people's lines when I was behind them, and you still warned me.
Yeah. Well, that's
anyways, no penalty, so I don't care.
Okay, well, we don't have Shy. We have T7 Jake disguised as Shy and Fanboy. So we're gonna move over to Eris Netta, our third place finisher. If they want to interview, you could unmute yourself if you want to.
No, let the dog have an interview. Let the dog get the interview.
Okay, what's the dog doing? For those watching, keep in mind this is not the actual Shy 21. This is T7 Jake, one of our racers, and actually the guy that helped with pacing today. So how did pacing go for you? It was fun, wasn't it?
How's the race?
Oh wait. I think I have Jake muted.
How's the race, Sheb?
But Rich was fine. You know, it was a fun battle between you and Iris.
Yeah, I saw you crashed a couple times. What was that about?
Yeah, you know, this guy got a little loose. Tap the wall, maybe. That's about it.
Maybe, quote.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Foolish little child, I will teach you the power of my iron.
Oh no! She has a gun!
Okay, anyways, when's my interview?
Oh, yes. So solid third place. Still lead lap, so that's a good thing.
Hold on, do not look at me. Let me get patriotic.
What?
Okay, back.
Oh.
Very good. I hate the chicanes in this turn. They were my worst enemy. I don't know if you caught that, but that first turn killed me a total of like 5 times.
I've caught at least 3 of them.
I got twice on the first 2 laps. Twice.
Yeah, I got those.
And even then, I still managed to fight with Shibe until I eventually was like, how do I stabilize my car? And then it just died.
Yeah. You did good. How was pacing today?
It was something. I have to say it was definitely something. It was kind of painful, but that's really what happens when you're behind a laggy driver. There's not really, like, another choice. You just do your thing. And try to not go too far. If you look at my cuts, you might notice I have 44. That is because I was doing a silly. I actually had like 37.
That's actually Lewis Hamilton's number. Oh my god.
Shut up! I promise. I promise I didn't go over the limit. I don't want to be sent to the back for not.
I can't even give you a penalty because you like if you had if you had a 10-second penalty, it still wouldn't affect anything. So
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Hey, what the fuck happened to Jen? I know he's not here anymore. What the fuck happened to? I'm sorry for cursing, but like, what the fuck?
He died. He just died.
Yeah, I noticed because like at one point he just dropped pace. For
He probably
God knows
just
what reason.
wanted to focus on just finishing the race rather than getting a good position. Which I saw
He
you
did
kind of
finish.
did at one point where you were just like, okay, I just want to finish this race.
Yeah, at the end, once I spun my second time and got dropped down to like a minute behind Twin, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna finish this. Not even gonna try to catch up to Shive. I mean, there was like 2 laps remaining, not much to do.
Yeah.
But it sucks that due to those spins at the last turn, it compromised my race so hard to the point where I was completely out of contention for a second. But it was a fun battle, I will say. Hearing the sound of the other ROX mod approaching behind me, that trauma I will never forget.
I can just imagine 80-year-old Arisneta, and she just hears a, "Ah!" and she's like, "Ah!"
I'm also very sad at the sorry state of that cut. That cut over there. That one right there. Yeah, that one was sad on the upside. It was my worst nightmare. Could not handle it.
You had a funny cut moment with Shive at one point.
Yeah, that was there, wasn't it? Where
You were like side by side with him, and it was either him or you. One of you guys like just went like 4 wheels in. I'm like, not for an overtake.
Yeah. I lost the rear. Well, one thing that can happen when you told me to drop back, I lost the rear because I went wide, and I couldn't correct myself to get back on the track. So I was pretty much forced to go through the inside of the... Not even the track at that point, it was the inside of the everything. There was also a couple of cuts that were, well, 3. You know, classic 2020 cuts, you know?
I do think there might
Like,
be a
actually,
couple of those
I can
cuts
point to
around.
it because it's right here. That one right there. That cut right there, that one. It's triple. And I hate it so much.
That one?
But overall, the track was pretty cool. It was nice. It was nice to drive a new track, or well, not a new track, but a new layout, because I could notice that everyone was trying new things. There wasn't a meta line, or like a meta throttle and braking setup. Like I noticed that. Hey! Like I noticed that some people were braking for the first turn. Personally, I was most of the time I was trying not to brake. See how that paid off on the first 2 laps. But yeah, I'll stop trying to talk so much. Oops.
Ayo,
Oops. Ow.
ayo, 4K.
I have a gun.
I don't think I should be streaming this.
Hey, yo, give me sword, give me sword,
Oh!
give me sword.
He's crippled.
Also, can I just add, I purposely do not want to qualify. Because I got bored from being pulled.
You know, next week will definitely be a more interesting week. It'll be an oval race on the shortest track on the schedule. Being only a quarter mile in length. But here's the kicker. It will probably be the highest paid out race in SLC. Next to the mid-car race, which will also be next week, at Miata Simulator. The prize will be either 300 Robux to win, or, if possible, a $10 Amazon card. So as long as you live in, like, 75% of the countries in the world, you probably should be able to use that card, if you win.
What if you live in Afghanistan?
Then go screw yourself.
Wait, can't Afghanistan use them?
No, they can't.
No,
anyways,
last time that Afghanistan had a mainstream mail service, it it didn't end up well.
No, probably got shot down.
Hey, Robo, I'm driving my car, and I'm gonna do something funny with it.
Yo, Eric's gonna get fastest lap?
Alright, well, that's what's coming up next week, so this should be an interesting week. I think I'm gonna end the stream here, so thank you guys for watching. We got more races. Saturday, tomorrow, at 12 p.m. USPST, we'll be doing the GTIs on the classic GP layout. There has been a slight alteration to the infamous death chicane. No longer is it death, it's just tight chicane. We also have on Sunday, also at 12 p.m., Mitt's car, which will be running the club layout, which is pretty much kind of like the last sector and of the GP layout, and then that one little part of the ROX Mods layout, all slapped together. It will be interesting, and it'll be probably pretty entertaining to watch, so hope to see you guys on those days. That should kick off the stream.